Hey everybody, what's going on out there in internet land? Mickey Russo here, coming at you live from my home office in good old Danville, Indiana. Um, this video is going to be about how to build rapport and trust with somebody. Whether you're a salesperson trying to create rapport with the prospect so you can close a sale, or if you're just trying to make a friend or whatever your agenda might be, this video will help you understand how you can better build rapport and trust with somebody. Okay, let me start off by telling you a little bit about myself. Like I said, my name is Mickey Russo. I actually grew up kind of rough. My parents, they got a divorce when I was 10. They had kind of an abusive relationship, and after that, I was kind of free to do what I wanted. And I kind of roamed the streets a little bit, got into some, drugs and alcohol, and got in trouble with the law. And there was a lot of things that for quite some time in my life I had to deal with. But fortunately, I graduated from the school of hard knocks, if you will, and got spit out the other end a little bit better of a person than I did when I was younger. So. And I actually share that with you specifically because it goes hand in hand with building trust and rapport with somebody. To see the golden rule when you're building trust and rapport with a person is to make that other person feel okay, feel more okay than you feel. So feel better than you feel. You know what I mean? And you do that by you know by kind of telling them a story or making them know, helping them understand that you're just a person who puts your pants on one leg at a time, just like them, and you're not any more special. So that's kind of part of why I wanted to show you. I told you that story. I wanted to show you and teach you that principle, which is actually the key principle to building rapport and trust with somebody. Because if you keep in the back of your mind the entire time, I need to make this person feel more okay than I feel right now, or better than I feel right now. If you maintain that thought while you're conversating with people, then that's all you really need. But I'm going to go into what I'm about to go into and teach you a couple things, and then hopefully this video doesn't go too long. If it does, I'll make another video. But here we go. So the first thing you want to understand when you're trying to build rapport and trust with a person is you're communicating with that person. So you need to understand a little bit about human communication. Okay. Now, 55% 55% of the way people communicate is, I spelled that wrong. I'll just put physically. So it's supposed to be physiologically, but physically, same thing, okay? So we communicate to each other physiologically or physically, okay? What that means is when I walk into a room, the way that I hold myself, the demeanor, my facial expressions, these are all nonverbal body language, that people use to communicate, and actually they use it 55% of the time. So it actually, it's more important than even what you say is how your body language is. Okay. Now, how can you use this to apply it to building rapport and trust with people? When you're with a person and you're trying to build rapport and trust, the best thing you can do is notice their body language. Notice what they're doing, with their facial expressions. Notice what they're doing. Are their arms crossed? Are their legs crossed? Are they touching their face? Different things like this is their own personal body language, and what you can do to help them feel better, feel more okay, which is what the golden rule to building rapport and trust is mimic their body language, because most people are most comfortable with themselves, if that makes any sense to you. So mimic what they're doing, mimic their body language, but do it naturally, obviously, and you'll be able to start the process of building that rapport just non-verbally, not even saying anything, just by doing this one little step. So the next thing I want to share with you is the second form of communication, which is tonality. Okay, tonality. Okay, and tonality actually atones for 38% of the way human beings communicate. Okay, so what is tonality exactly? Tonality, if you've ever heard your parents or a parent say to their child, "Watch your tone, young lady. Watch your tone, young man," because they're getting lippy or whatever it might be. 38% of communication isn't what you say; it's how you say it. Okay, so be mindful of how you're saying things to a person if you're trying to build rapport and trust with a person, because that comes from 38%. So, for instance, and also what you can do is mimic the person that you're communicating with, mimic their tonality as long as it's not negative. If there's not a negative charge behind what they're saying, then even mimic because by mimicking them, again, it goes back to making them feel more comfortable, because, like I said, most people are more comfortable with themselves. So if you're mimicking a tonality that's the person you're speaking with, then you're going to make them feel more comfortable, which is actually you're already, you know, over 80% of the way there building rapport just with these two non-speaking. Well, actually, I guess tonality you're going to be speaking with that, but two of these things, simple to apply to building that trust and rapport. So keep that in mind. Now the third and final, and I'm going a little quick because I don't want this video to run long. The third and final form of language is actually speaking. Your verbal, okay, your language, okay, verbal, and I think it's only 7% of communication is actually passed through verbal, speaking. So how can you apply this to building rapport and trust with a person? So if you're talking to somebody, what I want you to do is notice their language. Notice the type of language that they're using. Okay, if they're saying things like, not to be stereotypical, but if you're like a surfer dude, and you're like, dude, totally, what's up, man? Oh, it was totally wicked and awesome, and they're using, and you notice in their language pattern that they're using a lot of these similar words. Use them back, mimic those words, because again, it goes back to making them feel more comfortable, making them feel okay with themselves and who they are, and things like this. So if you're talking with somebody that's like, oh, that's badass, man, that's awesome. Like, right off the bat, you notice when I say that, oh man, that's so badass, that's so awesome. What the two things that you can notice right there, or actually you can notice all three, because I point at you and I'm like, man, that's awesome. So that's my body language, right? That's awesome. That's my tone, and my language is that's badass. That's awesome. That's my language. So applying all three of those things, apply that when you're trying to build rapport and trust with a person, and can be doing it. So you can apply this in videos like I'm showing you now. I actually utilize a blogging platform to create some income online. And if you're a small business, or if you're somebody that's in business and you don't have an online presence, or you don't have a blog, I highly recommend clicking the link below this video. And with the company that I actually work with, they give you a blogging platform that's already set up for you, that'll give you the ability to be able to start blogging and applying these things, these simple principles in your writing, and you can start doing videos. And there's all kinds of stuff that goes into that I don't want to get into. But if that's something that you are interested in, I would encourage you to click the link below the video. It'll prompt you to put your email in. Put your email in. It'll put you on my email list, which then I'll be able to send you quality information about different things that I know, and you can choose to read them or not. But then after you put your email in, it'll send you to a sales video for my company, which is the Empower Network, and they'll actually walk you through the sales video. And I encourage you to watch that as well, because you'll see a lot of this in that video, and it'll be very helpful to you just for learning purposes only. So obviously if you buy it, it'll be great too. If not, I just want to give you guys some value. So I hope that you actually did take something away from this video. I hope that I taught you something, and I'm actually going to do another video because I don't want to waste too much time. I'm going to do another video that kind of expounds a little bit more on this stuff. So be looking out for that. But thank you for watching, and God bless you guys. Thank you for watching.